What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a long time since we've last talked to you, but we got me and Big Jack here for the Glenn and the Gang uh, best bets of the NFL week, week one edition for the 2021 NFL season. Big Jack, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. It's good to be back. Football's back. Life is good. Let's get it.
Hell yeah. Well, I got a few plays written down. We're going to try to make the videos pretty short this year. I ended up writing down the plays this week on this is a little celeb throwout action on the save the date for one of my favorite couples out there. So shout out to Dr. Makrovich and
Cuz
future Miss Makrovich. But I got a couple plays written down. So before we get into it, is there any teams you think you're circling on all your notes that you really like going into the year? I got one. I think you might have one as well.
you talking about like the futures plays?
Yeah, any kind of future play team that you
Yeah.
think is
So the
maybe.
only thing I don't actually think this team is going to win the title by any means. It's just one of those things where if I'm looking for value as far as a future play goes, I do kind of like the 49ers at plus 1400, getting those 14 to 1 odds. I mean, I'm a believer in Shanahan. I think the guy knows what he's doing. Their quarterback situation is maybe one of the funkier things in the league right now, but I just like that defense coming back, everyone healthy. They were a force to be reckoned with when they went to the Super Bowl. Very well could have won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, got decimated last year. Everyone's coming back. I think they'll figure it out at quarterback. I kind of like them maybe a little better if they stay with Jimmy Garoppolo,
Okay.
just from an experience standpoint. But it's mostly on the back of that defense, everyone being healthy. I know Shanahan's going to pound the rock regardless of who's taking the snaps. And I just think those, plus 1,400 odds are pretty decent. Am I saying that I think the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. Far from it. But I do like those long odds opposed to, sticking with chalk and going with someone like the Chiefs or Bills or Bucks.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm right there with you. Great coaching, great defense, good running game. They have some experience. It's a great formula for success. So I like where they're at. I have a team that I like that kind of is like the Walmart version of the Niners, in my opinion. They are coached well, good running game, just enough talent on the offense, good defense. I think it's going to be a much improved defense this year. And I'm talking about the Minnesota Vikings. I know that's going to make one of your brothers very happy in the Burchett household.
Brother Joe, love that.
But that being said, I do think the Minnesota Vikings are a team that by the end of the year could be one of the top dogs in the NFC. Kind of like you, I don't know if they make the Super Bowl, but I think they're a no doubt playoff team in my head. And their over under for the for wins on the season is set at 9.0. At least that's the last I saw. I think I like the over on that one. We're at the 17 game season. I don't see any reason they don't at least get to 10. I think they're going to be a much improved team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So that's kind of the one team I like. Now, looking ahead at this week, it's great to have football back. Starting tonight, we got the Thursday night game. It is at the Bucks. Who are they playing? Why is it Cowboys? Cowboys at the Bucks. I think the Bucks are 9-point favorites. Last I saw, kind of a big number, especially for opening week. That being said, they are the champs. They are studs. They still got Tom Brady in control of that offense and control of that team. Any thoughts on tonight's game? Anything you're eyeing? Maybe a prop bet? Maybe an over under? What are you thinking?
Yeah, no. So I think we a little Thursday night taste, man. Just try to get a little juice going into the weekend. So if you hit it, maybe you increase those units a little bit on Sunday, or get a little extra something for the college game, whatever you like. But I'm gonna go with Antonio Brown anytime touchdown
Okay.
at plus 190. Um, I just think it's a big primetime game. AB has a history of showing up in those moments. I think in year two, I really like him and Brady to be clicking out of that slot role. And, I see him getting in the red zone and just a nice, easy route, sneaking in there. And hopefully you hit that plus 190 lick. How about you?
I love that. I love that play. Mine's more of an even money. Even money. You know, it's going to be minus 110. Your classic minus 110 number there. I'm not going to give you a plus money play. Nothing jumps out at me too strongly there. But I'm going to go with Ronald Jones, Rojo, over 49.5 rushing yards. I think there's a good chance the Bucks get an early lead and they don't have to throw the ball. I think they run it. I think he finished the season strong last year. Obviously, Leonard Fournette in the playoffs, and especially the Super Bowl, was a beast. But Ronald Jones did pretty fucking well himself. So I like Ronald Jones over 49.5 rushing yards today. Don't love it, but I like it. That's the bet I'm laying.
Those RB props are your bread and butter, baby.
I do. I like the yardage props. I don't know. I just always seem like I feel like there's value there. I feel like I can have one person that I think's gonna have a good game, and there you go. Last weekend, not to talk too much college football, but last weekend I saw it with Notre Dame's tight end and the yardage. It was like 54.5. I was literally thinking to myself, I've never been more confident in a bet in my life. I should put like thousands and thousands of dollars on it, but I had said no. Stick to your units. Put a unit on it. Win a unit. He hits it first drive. He gets like 60-some yards on the first drive. Ends up with double the yardage for the game. So I should have just went house, but I don't know. I like the prop bets. Anyway, back to this week's slate. The games this week. We each got 3 picks. I added a 4th that I think's a lock. So we'll just go ahead and get into our best picks of the week. The first pick I have Arizona +3 at Tennessee. I really like the Cardinals this year. I liked them last year too. I actually like the NFC West a lot in general. I think it's arguably like 4 of like the top 10 teams in the league in my opinion. I think Arizona's really good. I think 49ers are good. The Rams are going to be solid, especially with Stafford at quarterback. And then Seahawks, they're going to be good too. So I think you got 4, maybe the top 10, 12 teams in the league in all in one division. I think later in the season, you might see some attrition and fatigue set in that division. But early on, I like the Cardinals at the Titans here. If it was week 17, it might be flip-flop. I might like the Titans after the Cardinals take a beating all year. But Jack, any thoughts on that game, or you just want to roll into your first pick of the week?
Yeah, the only thing I would add to that is that I kind of like about where your head at is I think people are going to be hammering Titans only giving a field goal at home. So I kind of like going against the grain on that. My first play, I got some ugly ones out here this week.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Okay.
They're, according to what I'm looking at right now live, they're showing as a 4-point favorite to the Jets.
Okay.
It's probably moved a little bit here and there.
Sam Darnold revenge game.
Yeah, I like Sam Darnold to come out there. I think they're going to open up the playbook for him and kind of, let him do his thing, prove a point to the Jets that, they gave up on him way too early. And, some of his failures might have been more organizational than personal. So I like Carolina to come out, take care of business. I think they pound them. I wouldn't even mind giving a touchdown. So I love the 4 points there.
Okay. All right. I like that pick too. I consider that one as well. I will say, side note on that game, not going against your pick, but I'm kind of interested to see not only all these rookie quarterbacks, but I'm kind of interested to see how Zach Wilson does up in New York. I'm curious. Like you said, I think a lot of their problems and most of their problems are organizational, and it's not as simple as replace Darnold with Wilson. But Wilson's shown me, as a lot of these rookie quarterbacks have in the preseason, that some of these guys are ready to go now.
Yeah.
All right, on to my next pick. You're going to like this one based on what you said with the futures. I like Niners -8 at Detroit. I think if this is a Week 10, Week 12 game, Niners might be given like 14.5. Like I think Detroit's that bad, and I think the Niners are that good. That's how my head works. I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit scores like 6 points this game. I just think the Niners are going to be all over them from start to finish. I think it's going to be ugly. That being said, the NFL is a tough league to win in, and I'll probably be proved wrong, but I like Niners -8 at Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing to say bad about that pick. They obviously got a lot of familiarity going after Goff, and unless Kevin Campbell's out there biting people's kneecaps off. I like the Niners. My
Which he
next
might
play,
do.
he might. That's kind of his thing. My next play is another just ugly game that no one's going to be wanting to watch, but it's the Eagles Falcons. And I'm going to take the Falcons -3.5. I think the Falcons were, I mean, they were a bad team last year. They lost a lot of games, but I think it was due to a little bit of misfortune throughout the season. They blew crazy amounts of leads, lost every one possession game, and I just think they're going to be a little bit better this year. And I don't think the Eagles are any good whatsoever. So I like them at home, 3.5 points. I think Matt Ryan, isn't going to go out on the back end of his career without kicking and screaming a little bit. So I like them to start off the year on the right foot and take care of business against the Eagles at home.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the Falcons' story over the last ever since they really lost in the Super Bowl has been kind of like blowing leads and just.
Well, they finally got a new coaching staff. Hopefully that'll ruffle some things up over there.
For sure. All right. Third pick of the week for me. I like the Monday night game. I like the Ravens over Las Vegas. It's only a 4-point spread. I think Baltimore covers. I think Lamar Jackson runs for like 100 plus, and I know they're having running back injuries. I know their cornerback just went down. I think they're really good. I think they're one of the strongest rosters across the board. Obviously, the injuries don't help. And then also, while preseason doesn't mean shit, and it's about getting ready, they're getting there for the regular season healthy, and obviously they're not doing it. They got some injuries. I will say, week one, I think if you've been playing preseason hard, I think it does maybe pay a dividend for like a week or two. So I think Baltimore, with their philosophy regarding preseason, I think the way they run the ball, I think their defense, I think they cover 4 pretty comfortably against Vegas.
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit there on my end, so
Okay.
I didn't get the full extent of what you were saying. But yeah, the only thing that worries me a little bit there is just what happened today with all the injuries that you kind of mentioned. But I don't think the Raiders are very good. So I like less than a touchdown against a team like that with a team who I do think has some pretty high aspirations with Baltimore. My last pick is going to be the Patriots. I'm taking New England at home. Rookie quarterback. They're actually giving 3 points to the Dolphins. I like Belichick to bounce back this year. Obviously, the Patriots were not really part of the conversation other than a little bit of national talk surrounding Cam Newton here and there. But I think he's going to come out with a vengeance after Brady left and instantly just took home another title like no problems. So I think they'll be ready to go. They got a lot of people back that were COVID opt-outs last year. And, Mac Jones, we'll see what you got. That's the only thing that makes me a little nervous about it. But it's another reason that I like that tight line because I think there's going to be a lot of money on the Dolphins thinking that they're going to handle a rookie quarterback after just coming off a solid year where they narrowly missed out on the playoffs. So
I like that pick a lot. I think Mac Jones is going to be good. I think the Patriots are going to be good. Are they going to be winning Super Bowls? I don't know if they're quite at that level, but I think they're going to be like a no doubt playoff team.
yeah.
All right, and then into my lock, I'm going to buy this one down from 7.5-point spread to a 7-point spread, and then I'm just going to laugh and just have the greatest time of my life on Sunday night. I'm gonna lock in the Rams -7, and honestly, I'm gonna look at what the first half team total is for the Bears, and if it's anything 10 points or lower, I'm hammering that as well. There is 0% chance that the Bears offense, powered by Andy Dalton and Matt Nagy's great offensive mind, scores north of 10 points in the first half, and realistically like 17 points for the game. So I think the Bears defense bounces back this year, and that's probably the only thing that worries me about that pick. I think that the Bears front seven is still arguably as good as almost anybody in the league. I truly think that. That being said, I think the secondary is very lackluster. I think Jalen Johnson would be like a fine second corner, and I think Eddie Jackson's overrated, and The other two the other two corners and the other safety are just kind of bang average at best. So I do think their front seven's good. I think McVay, we saw the game a couple years ago when the Rams came here in the freezing cold weather and the Bears destroyed them. That was because of the weather, guys. The Rams didn't want to be there. The next year, the Bears played the Rams, and McVay knows as long as they're not turning the ball over and letting the defense score points against them, they're going to kill the Bears. So I will almost guarantee you Sean McVay coaches the perfect game. Matt Nagy coaches the complete opposite of what a perfect game is, and the Rams will cover 7 points so easily that it'll make your head spin.
Yeah, I mean, shouts out Northwest Suburbs AAU program. We don't play defense, we lock down, son. That's gonna be the Rams on Sunday night. They're gonna put the stamps on them. I'll be honest, letting this out there, that the first game that grabbed my attention was Rams -7.5, but I just didn't want to play it because I'm too big of a homer, unfortunately. But yeah, that's I see why you're going with the lock on that bad boy.
I'm not even trying to be funny or cute here. I'm just talking. I'm trying to win our viewers some money, trying to increase their net worth. And I'm telling you that if you just buy it down to 7, Rams win by 7, probably win by double digits 9 days out of 10, 9 times out of 10. That's my honest opinion.
It could get ugly out there.
All right, that's the week. Anything else before we head out?
I mean, as always, baby. Bears.
All right, see y'all. Peace.